Good morning. Oh, I just found out about someone who I love who's finding out things that the world doesn't work the way they thought. And that's not easy, you know. It's August 4th, 2020. And this is a person who, has been, well, it's like one big prank. Think of it as one big prank that started when before you were born. This one big prank that the world works a certain way, and there's, two parties, and this party is this, and this party is that. And all you have to do to be a good person is to vote this. And then you see the Bush family and the Clintons together. Oh, isn't that great? They get along so well. Oh. Yeah, I have a lot of compassion for the people finding out all this stuff. And if you know, and you know who owns Fox, and you know about Operation Mockingbird and the 4 a.m. talking points and controlled opposition, which is very important. Teach people how to fight each other. Give them the words and the narrative so that they can go on Twitter, armed with all the facts, so they can fight properly. And just keep separating and fighting and separating and fighting. And what people are gonna they start out something's not right. Operation Mockingbird, Council on Foreign Relations, Bohemian Grove, Trilateral Commission, the UN, the EU, used to be the EC. I lived in Maastricht during the EC summit meetings. So I had to take a class. I was actually in college at the time taking a class about it. And just didn't make any sense to me, and then when we went to the UN, I was trying to just flirt with Keith. My first love, Keith. I was just trying to flirt. I was like, even when my whole priority was flirting with Keith, I still was like, why are they pushing on this UN stuff? Why are they trying to sell us? I was a freshman in high school at the time, and I was like, what the hell? So I think some of us have a natural sort of bullshit meter where we're like, why are you pushing that? Why are you trying to sell us? If this was so great, it would just speak for itself. It would just sell itself. People are pushing this way too freaking hard. What the hell? Okay, so, oh my God, there's just so much. It's just such a rich subject. And, WikiLeaks documents, if you're waiting until now, people are now starting to realize that these politicians are not what they think. And if you know this stuff, if you already know about all the trafficking, about China, and about all the organ, drug, child, sex trafficking, please have compassion for the people who were programmed. The programming started before a lot of people were even born. You see teenagers now, they just wear their masks and go to their jobs and fight alongside, fighting for TikTok, or whatever, TikTok, I said it in one of my meditations. The thing is, wars are not fought with U-boats anymore. They're not fought just, oh, everyone's going to leave the U.S. citizen alone and our troops will handle everything. No. China gets people's data through TikTok. And the easiest way is to fight in the virtual reality world where, you know, China could empty the bank accounts using the personal information. Empty bank accounts are really mess with massive, massive amounts of American citizens because they have all your data and they just clean out all your bank accounts, whatever they can think of to do. And then then all these massive amounts of, you know, Americans go crying to the government, Megan, stop. That's the way to bring the U.S. to its knees. They know this. They know that. They've been working on that for a long time. You know, that's why TikTok's getting banned, or whatever happens. I don't know, but that's why. People are getting mailed seeds from China, and if you throw them away, what are they going to start growing in, you know, landfills? What's going to happen? What are those seeds? It says it's marked as jewelry. They're getting seeds. They're or something else, gloves or masks or gloves, whatever was getting mailed from China too. What's going on? That's awfully strange. Well, it's not really strange. China wants to be the superpower, you know, and I don't know how people don't know this, but if there are Uyghur Muslims, they're in concentration camps, and nasty things are happening to those people, and male and female different things are happening to the males and the females, Uyghurs, both disgusting. And then you got the Falun Gong practitioners. Falun Gong practitioners are in a different concentration camp, and they're very, very healthy people. So their organs go for a lot of money. They just cut the organs right out while the people are alive. That's what's been happening in China. Okay? Stuff like that. Libya, there's slavery in Libya. You know, this is why some of us don't care about pronouns. It's like, anyway. Yeah, so the United States has been in a declared state of emergency since 12/21/17 for human rights violations. If you have if you know what's in the WikiLeaks documents, that will make perfect sense to you. Perfect sense that we're in a state of emergency. If that seems odd, that the United States is in a state of emergency worldwide for human rights violations, you probably think John McCain died of natural causes too. Anyway, listen, if you know this stuff, if you know every dog has his day, okay, if you know every dog has his day, and one of those dogs had their day already, please be kind. Please be patient. People are waking up. People are delicate. For the most part, most people are loving and desire peace and want everyone to be taken care of. Really. Most people are peaceful people, but they've been manipulated to fight for peace. George Carlin says that's like screwing for virginity. So, yeah, many people, more than half, have been taught how to fight, taught the right narratives, and then they just parrot that narrative against the other side. Very simple plan, very easily put into action, being carried out by the masses. So, the plan was put into motion, but it's the masses are the ones carrying it out. The masses are the ones pushing division. The truth is, you need the people who, the way the minds work of people who think like Democrats. Okay, so the way their minds work and the way a conservative mind works, someone who would typically vote conservative, the way both those minds work, we need both in order to grow and take care of the majority of people on the planet. We need both kinds of mindsets. If you only had one, everything would fall apart. You need both. You really do. And it's not meant to be that we all think the same. It's not. And just because somebody makes fun of Joe Biden doesn't mean they're a Republican or a conservative. It just means they've watched, people from other countries. I watch news from other countries, and they're like, what's it? There are other countries reporting news on our country, and some of them have made strings of the Biden gaffes, and it's just one after the other, and then they make, they're not really making fun of, well, maybe they are, anyone who would vote for, that, and they just, whatever. Oh. So the fighting and the circus that's happening is still serving to wake people up. Okay, it's still waking people up. If you're awake or whatever, please, the most gracious that you could be to the people who are not awake yet, the more loving you can be, the more patient you can be to the people who aren't awake yet. Because here's what happens. If you know all about WikiLeaks and you know all about that stuff, okay? If you know all that stuff and you know about the Fed and how that works, and the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and the Morgans and how, the plan, if you know that stuff, okay, calm down, come to center, and understand that if you're trying to fight someone into your knowledge, you're bringing a really low vibration. It's like, I understand though that I need to have compassion for the people who are angry at the people who don't know, and then they're pushing. This, what we're going through now, had to happen at some point. It had to happen. And I don't see how it could happen any other way. The fighting, it's all serving. But the people who already know must maintain the most peace 600 vibration, calm demeanor possible that you can possibly muster. If you're going to fight someone who doesn't know, forgive them, Lord, they don't know what to do. If you're going to fight someone You're bringing 150 anger at them because they don't know. But there was a point in time that you probably didn't know either. And you wouldn't want anyone to treat you that way. So be at peace in your own personal life as much as possible. Be patient with the normies. If you're not a normie, congratulations. And I don't want to be around them either. I don't want to be around them. I'm happy to just be doing what I'm doing from a safe distance from the mob and the normie mob. But if you have to deal with normies, if you're going to bring an anger vibration, it's going to get matched with an anger vibration. And then they're just going to dig their heels in, and they're going to just keep throwing that mainstream media narrative at you. That's how the mind works. If you were in their position, you'd do the same thing. You just dig your heels in. You have to come, if you want, or just stay away from them. Just stay away. But if something's drawing you to a particular situation, educating a normie or pulling them out of the delusion, the illusion, the delusion, whatever you want to call it, make sure that you come with a higher vibration to the whole situation. You're going to have, it's going to go better. The whole thing's going to go better. And if you know Reiki, then Reiki it ahead of time. Reiki. Yeah. Or ask, ask the highest, holiest source creator energy for help. Stay in the center of the big white spotlight of the highest, holiest source creator energy. Ground to Mother Earth. Ask for help. Help me keep my vibration high as I have a conversation with this normie or all these normies. If you don't know what a normie is, it's someone who believes in mainstream media. We were meant to get here. We were meant to get to this period of time. I think it's going, I think it's going well. I have to say, I think it's going well. I really do. I see people are fighting. I understand they're fighting. But, the people who fight me on Twitter usually give up. And just keep your own vibration as high as you can. You're going to have better results. Okay. So it's silly, it is silly watching the masses fight each other over Democrat or Republican. You can't make fun of Joe Biden without somebody coming at you as if you're like wearing a MAGA hat. It's like, dude, if something's funny, it's funny. It's just funny. It's just funny. If something's funny to me, it's just funny. I see tons of people that I can never help. I was on a thread today. I saw somebody posted, no one should ever suffer. No one should ever suffer. And then their definition of suffering is like, oh my God, I can't help this person. We're not meant to help everybody. Just keep your own vibration high. Bring the highest vibration you can to every single situation. I think that once a significant shift of normies realize why we are in a state of emergency for human rights violations, and they question that, their soul or however it works has to answer. And I think we're going to get there. I think people are really starting to ask the right questions. Why would people why would people do that? Why would people why? So I don't know. We're in it now, so we're in it. And the higher the vibration of all the people, the faster and easier that the whole transition's going to be. So if you're listening to me, you're part of it. You're part of the waking up. There's a woman that I from Afghanistan I follow. They're figuring it out faster than Americans seem to. I think it seems like the more screens people have, the more distracted they are. It's going to take a little longer, but it doesn't mean that they won't. But just love yourself, love your life, which is really the same thing, and bring the highest possible vibration, not just to your life, because your vibration in your life affects everyone around you. But the more you get kind of addicted to peace, or like my own peace is my priority. That's how I started doing what I'm doing. My own peace is my priority. I'm not just going to give it away.